A follow-up to a disturbing story we first reported a week ago. Deputies have arrested suspects in the murder of a Pensacola woman whose body was found in her burning apartment. Fox 2 News reporter Corey Pippen has the update.
Those who knew 31-year-old Melinda McCormick describe her as a friendly, loving person who never met a stranger. Today, the sheriff announced how investigators believe her three friends, Anthony Presley, Keisha Pugh, and even her boyfriend, Gregory Williams, were involved in her death.
Having an eye out for not wanting to jeopardize anyone's right to a fair trial, etc., this was a particularly heinous crime.
Authorities say Presley, Pugh, and Williams planned to rob McCormick of her disability income, then kill her. Deputies believe the suspects, who they say appear in the surveillance tape, entered McCormick's apartment on Mobile Highway and began beating her.
You pray that you never see these particular sorts of crimes. The condition, unfortunately, of Miss McCormick, it's some of the most shocking, I believe, autopsy photos I've ever viewed.
Deputies say she had around 40 blows to the head, most from a hammer, as well as broken ribs and offensive wounds. Authorities say the suspects then set McCormick's bed on fire and fled the scene. Sheriff Morgan says the entire ordeal should have been avoided, as the item the suspects intended to steal wasn't even there.
A quick resolution. It is bittersweet. We can't, unfortunately, resurrect Miss McCormick, and now some family will have to live with this tragedy for the rest of their lives.
Reporting from Pensacola, Corey Pippen, Fox 10 News.
Authorities say all three suspects admitted to the crimes. They're facing charges of first-degree murder and armed robbery. They could possibly face more charges related to arson, as well as capital murder charge, and face the death penalty.
And now a follow-up to a story we told you about last week. Escambia County deputies have now released the names of 3 people arrested in connection with the murder of a Pensacola woman who was found dead in her burning apartment on March 31st. Fox 10 News reporter Corey Pippen looked at how these closest to her feel about these arrests.
Folks here at this apartment complex on Mobile Highway have been mourning the loss of their close friend and neighbor, Melinda McCormick, for a week now. They've also been suspicious since the fire in her apartment, believing that her death was anything but an accident. Now authorities say these 3, 26-year-old Anthony Presley, 28-year-old Keisha Pugh, and 21-year-old Gregory Williams have been arrested in connection with her murder.
My neighbor told me last night, and we were all parading last night about it, celebrating because justice has served.
Michael Miles lived next door to McCormick. He says she often babysat for him, and they had been growing close.
She was always happy and smiling, and you know, she was a giving person and just a good neighbor.
McCormick was found on the floor of her apartment by officials who responded to the blaze around 2 a.m. on March 31st. Since then, authorities have been investigating. Earlier in the week, they announced they were looking for 3 people caught in this surveillance footage near the scene around the time of the fire. Authorities say that surveillance footage helped lead to an arrest of their suspects. Miles says that's likely due to a number of video cameras placed around this complex, some of which are hidden. And he says those video cameras help everyone here feel a little safer.
It's sad that she had to go like that, you know. Very sad, you know. Why would somebody want to do that to a young person?
Miles says the news that Presley, Pugh, and Williams have been arrested is bittersweet.
She's at peace now that, you know, justice has been served, and it's a feeling of relief in your heart, you know, in your spirit, so it's a good thing.
Reporting from Pensacola, Corey Pippen, Fox 10 News.
The Escambia County Sheriff's Office will hold a press conference tomorrow to discuss more details surrounding the arrest.